One of the underreported stories of all of these Trump trials is the fact that he has horrendous representation. His remaining attorneys suck. So here's the thing. Trump had decent attorneys in the relatively recent past. But number one, he doesn't listen to them when they tell him stuff, when they give him advice like, hey, stop talking. He doesn't listen to them. And number two, there are reports he stiffed a lot of them. In fact, there's at least one of his attorneys is suing him because the dude, Trump owes him millions of dollars that he hasn't paid, right? So a lot of these attorneys who were half decent attorneys basically end up breaking off their relationship with Trump and being like, holy shit, he's just as insane as everybody said he was, if not more insane. Because again, you don't pay the people who are trying to keep your ass out of prison. You don't pay them. You don't listen to them when they give you advice like, hey, stop talking about this particular topic because you're going to incriminate yourself. You're going to contradict yourself. This stuff is going to get brought up. You're going to be made a fool of. So, look, now that no good attorneys want to work with him, he's forced to scrape the bottom of the barrel. And one of the things that you'll find is he has this tendency to look for good-looking young women who don't necessarily have the most stellar legal record, right? And so in step Alina Habba, who is his attorney, and this is how much this is amateur hour. This is like Bush League JV type stuff, which you're about to see here. Trump attorney screw up means Trump won't get jury trial in New York fraud case. Due to an oversight, Trump's attorneys failed to ask for a jury trial within the time allotted to them. Today marks the beginning of Donald Trump's civil fraud trial in New York, and due to an oversight by Donald Trump's attorney, Trump will not receive a jury trial. As the party settled into the courtroom for the first full day of the trial, Justice Engoron, the judge Trump has significantly attacked during the past several weeks, asserted that nobody asked for a jury trial, which meant that Justice Engoron will preside over the trial. According to reports, this was a mere oversight by Trump's attorneys who failed to submit the routine demand for jury trial and did not check the requisite boxes on the form. So let's be clear here, guys. This case is a civil fraud trial against Case. He's already guilty. That part's done. Now we're just in the sentencing trial, the sentencing phase. And because they messed up on the paperwork, he doesn't get a jury, he gets the judge, which I agree with Trump's assessment that he'd be better off with a jury. Because all you need is like one person on the jury who's super pro-Trump, who can basically move all the other people, even if it's just a little bit, for a lower fine, for example, for some slightly weaker penalties, right? So now we're looking at, remember, losing his business certificate in New York. He can't do business in the state of New York anymore. That's absolutely devastating. And up to a $250 million fine. Astonishing. And now it's likely to be the case that it'll be maybe on the higher end because it's just the judge. And by the way, Trump is ruthlessly going after the judge. So now the guy who's going to decide your fate in terms of how big your fine is going to be, you're railing against him on a daily basis. By the way, Trump was retruthing somebody saying that the judge is, quote, a hobo who drinks while on the bench. Oh my God, he's such an idiot. This is a big deal, guys. This is a big deal. I know everybody's focused on the criminal trials for good reason, but as far as this civil trial goes, it's already going as bad as humanly possible for Trump, and there's going to be real consequences. Bye-bye business certificates, and it's going to be a colossal fine that I'm sure he won't be able to pay. It actually kind of reminds me of Alex Jones, right? Alex Jones had an incompetent judge that turned over a lot of his personal correspondence without even realizing it. And then our buddy Mark Bankston got that. He was the prosecuting attorney, and he was like, "Hey, look, you sent this to us, so now we're going to show everybody this, and you guys didn't ask for it back." Oh my God, it's the similar thing here with this attorney, Trump's attorney. You didn't check the box for a jury trial, and now afterwards, by the way, so Trump is he just keeps saying things that are untrue when he leaves the courtroom and all the cameras are on him, and he brought up about, I don't have a right to a jury. And he doesn't even mention it's because of your attorney. It's not because they've rigged the process against you. And he talks about, oh, I'm not even allowed to defend myself. Yeah, because you're already guilty. Now it's just the sentencing portion of it that we're going to determine what the punishment is. This is exactly like what happened with Alex Jones, where he's like, I'm not even allowed to defend myself. It's like, yeah, because you were already found guilty by default, and now we're just talking about how big is the penalty going to be. That's what this portion is. Jesus Christ. In New York, a party seeking to have a jury trial may file a jury trial demand either at the time of serving their note of issue or within 15 days of receiving such a note. A note of issue is a document that signifies to the opposing side that discovery in a case is complete. This deadline passed a while ago in the Trump case and is one that Trump's attorneys failed to acknowledge. As a result, the judge Trump dislikes will be the one deciding liability as to any remaining claims and, of course, whether damages are appropriate. Man, they screwed themselves so hard here, guys. Trump's judge absolutely screwed him on this jury trial thing, and then Trump is screwing himself by viciously going after the guy who's going to decide his fate. Amateur hour to the max. And all Trump has now, as you all know, is his ability to use the bully pulpit. That's it. And so he's just doing that relentlessly. But in this instance, it's going to backfire because doing exactly that is going to hurt you with the sentencing phase. So holy cow. Holy cow. It's getting wild out there. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.